Seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously?
Singing. I hadn't sung publicly since I was a kid in the school plays, but I'm up for the challenge. I like to jump off the cliff and overcome my anxieties and nervous, sweaty palpitations and get into it.
It was important to have complete respect for the text and to create kind of distinctive characters. As you know, we've lost the nose. Peter doesn't need to wear a prosthetic nose to make his fears and insecurities real.
Honestly, it was everything but the French stuff. I did not know how to say nouvellette for a really long time. Like, I don't really know if I'm supposed to do an accent when I do it, am I not supposed to? But I do think the hardest thing was trying to find the balance of serving the plot and serving the character Christian in the way it needs to move the story forward.
I was excited, but I was also terrified to embody Roxanne. She's such an iconic character, and I honestly had this voice going around in my head going, you don't have what it takes, you don't have what it takes. I had to get that confidence back, so I studied formidable women in history, but also modern women that could give me that sense of boldness, and actually that was extremely empowering for me.
He hides behind Christian when it comes to the character Roxanne, but he doesn't hide to the audience. He's very vulnerable, and so, you know, that takes a bit of a leap of faith in terms of everybody you're working with, because you gotta be a bit emotionally naked, you know?
I think it was working with Peter, kind of establishing that brotherhood between Cyrano and Christian, and seeing Pete's interpretation of Cyrano, which I felt like was so just charismatic and beautiful and confident and something to aspire to. It makes so much sense why Christian wants to look up to Cyrano. Similarly, I look up to Pete, and I think he's so charismatic and so funny and so exciting to be around and so much fun to play with. So that was what made me really excited to go to work every day, amongst other things.
My favorite song in the piece is Wherever I Fall. The lyrics of that song, if you go back and look at them, you realize it's not just the story of Christian and Cyrano and Roxanne, it's the story of everyone. So that was my favorite part, actually, of both the stage version and the movie.
I think I Need More is sort of this kind of feminist anthem.
Wherever I Fall, the song at the end with the soldiers. And then obviously, There's Someone to Say by me. It's the biggest number, come on. Shooting on Mount Etna, it was snowing, you know, I had these boots on. There's this long tracking shot one day where I'm like running out of the tent and I'm running down that mountain and I'm like sliding down. I'm an athlete now because of that. I think I deserve an Olympic medal for best snow runner in a motion picture. Is that a thing?
They're very different mediums, you know. I mean, doing a play, there's no better feeling than response from the live audience. But in cinema, there's an intimacy to it that you can't have really as much in theater when you're trying to reach the back row. Film, you take everything down and you can give a quieter performance, which oftentimes in this film was necessary.
Probably the balcony scene. You know, Peter's just heartbreaking face, so filled with longing and desire and wanting. They just miss each other. They're actually speaking to each other. It's such a beautiful scene.
Well, after 2 months of stunt rehearsals, getting the fight with the 10 men down was really gratifying because it's done in one shot and we had to do it several times to get it right.
The dialogue is very quick. I think this first scene I have with Cyrano is one of the most challenging scenes because it's fast and a lot of it is about pacing. The thing about Cyrano is there's so much subtext. He's thinking of what his next plan is to win Roxanne over while he's trying to win Christian over. So it was tricky to kind of like learn those lines, and some of the language was tough. I didn't understand, you know, some of the words, which was very Christian of me, but dictionary.com.